Yeah. It's the Fly Guy Fly Tie for Fly Talk Radio. I'm here with my lovely co-host Jasmine.
The Phoenix.
Outlaw.
Hey.
Another Thursday. Yo, we was in the building on time. We just had some technical difficulties. Well, a little bit behind, but it's all right. We still here.
A little bit behind, but earlier than
yeah, so blame the technician. Give it to the tech.
Don't blame the tech.
Give it to him, tech. Yo. So listen, man, we got the new call-in line. I know everybody not here, so I'm going to constantly repeat this, but for the ones that are here, the ones that are listening, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Here we go. The new hotline to hit, 203-516-0225. I repeat, 203-516-0225. Lock in. Let's go. Hey, we got a hotline. So, Jasmine, the Phoenix Outlaw.
What's up?
Let's start sharing this stuff. Are we sharing? I don't know if we're sharing.
What are we sharing?
Sharing the live. I don't know. The live. Yo, just so y'all know, y'all can always tune in to Spotify. If you can't sit down and watch the video, plug your earphones in, listen to us live on Spotify, SoundCloud, what's the other one? Google, Apple Music, whatever. Tune into your Fly Talk, man. Get it everywhere, man. If you on the treadmill at the gym, listen to us, laugh with us, cry with us, heal with us, whatever it is that we doing that day. Or you might do it all in one day.
Never know.
Today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? Are men responsible for the masculine women? We're going to get into the other part about the complain. Do we really complain about them, though? But the first part, man, it was a long topic. We just put a quick insert up there real fast, man. We want to know, are men responsible for the masculine women? Are we? Opinions, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can get to this now. I don't know, Jazzy. What you think?
I don't know.
I think so. No, I think no. Like the answer to that joint is like an onion.
It has layers.
It has layers to that joint. It has so many layers. Oh, let me turn my volume down before the obvious happened. Phone start ringing, vibrating. All right. Let's dig in. What up, though? How you feel about that?
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting when I was looking at it because you do get a lot of people complaining like how women are too hard these days, right? How they want to be the man and the woman in the relationship.
Ooh.
But then you look at it from another standpoint, and then you look at it like, well, if you're not stepping up to be the man in the relationship, somebody got to be.
Responsible.
So, I think there's a little responsibility on both sides of the playing field, honestly. Like some of us grew up not feeling, I don't know if it's safe enough or, or feeling like we can depend on, the men in our lives for things. Because the ones before that just showed why we don't trust and why we don't and why we do step up to be like the men in most relationships.
They won't even let me hit it up like that.
What?
No. I don't know. what happens when you what happens when you actually do take accountability?
But who taking accountability?
Hmm?
I said, who's taking accountability?
Any of them. You said both parties are
Yeah.
responsible. So what happens when one of the two parties take responsibility? What happens?
There'll be less masculine females, hopefully.
Yo, so
Not everybody want to be hard all the time. We want to be in our soft girl era too.
yeah,
Like,
but that's
make me a pampered passenger princess, please.
but listen, after you've been living a certain way for a certain time period,
It's hard to adjust.
all right.
It is.
Oh shoot, how you do this? I wanna kind of like pin our number right there at the bottom. Like, oh,
I don't know how to pin anything.
yeah, I don't know. I'm about to figure it out though. I'm trying to anyway. Let me see. Nope, can't do it that way. Just do it that way. How about that? That work? Yeah. So I don't know. Is men really responsible for not like? Okay, so is men responsible for the masculine women, right? So like I think at one part
I
and
mean, are they
responsible.
responsible for the masculine women they complain about?
Yeah. That's but one part at a time. So like because like if taking responsibility of your absence, if your absence create the masculine women, you gotta own that.
Right.
If the men grow up, see, I grew up having like men around, right? They look different, right? In the 70s and the 80s, men look different from how they look now. Even when they wasn't complete, they didn't do all the right things. They wasn't perfect,
Right.
but they just look different than they look now. You know what I'm saying? Dad's responsibility now is like it's the same responsibility. No, it's the same responsibility, but the way we operate is a little bit different.
How so?
All right. So now, on the flip side of this, I'm gonna spin the coin.
Okay.
Are women responsible for the feminine or the soft side of the men? Right? The emotional, intelligent guy that's really sensitive, right? So now the women wanted the men to be a little bit more soft and understanding and I think understanding is I shouldn't say understanding, a little bit more soft and sensitive to their feelings and the feelings of everybody. Men in the era that I grew up in went to work, paid the bills, did what they gotta do, and they just ran the household basically, like without running the household. They didn't really, the power was with the women anyway. Like, but the men just act like they just showed up. In my family, I'm gonna say, right? In my family, my grandfather, my and his siblings, his brothers, and and then they showed up. My uncles, my grandmother, and her brothers, right? They showed up, and they all like gelled together. And if something went down, they came together and made it happen. Whether it was fighting, whether it was arguing, whether it was getting in the cars and driving because somebody passed away, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What up, D? They held it down. They was there. But when it came to the everyday functions of the house, the women handled that responsibility. That I'm talking about, like the everyday care, the children and the whatever. You know what I'm saying? when now men like me, so I got a piece of that, but men like me started the trend where it's like, okay, you go to work and I stay home. And I take care of, the day-to-day of the house. So that, I think in turn, that does make a woman a little bit more, and I seen this, I seen a clip somewhere, but like the women that take care of the home, that get this money, and now it's kind of hard for her to like dial it back. I think we talked about this last week too, kind of dial it back and be feminine still and not let that boss chick out at home. Because now you bossing on your man when, right? So you became, so that dude that didn't step into the man role, quote unquote, the male's role and responsibilities, he kind of like opened the door for his wife to step into that role. And in turn, he is responsible for creating that kind of masculinity.
A role reversal.
Role reversal.
Or reverse role me, please. I'm tired of being hard. Make me a pincushion.
Nah, I'm saying,
I want to be soft.
But it ain't about being hard, because men, listen. Like I'm gonna put this clip up since you talk about men being hard, right?
I ain't saying nothing about men being hard.
No, women being hard, right? You want to be soft because, right? But the reality is, men oftentimes don't have a choice but to be a certain way. Look at this. She came in here with one chocolate cake, y'all. Ramadan is over. Yo, please call in, man, anytime y'all want to. And the phone number is 203-516-0225.
We got a number.
We always had a number. We just got a real number now.
Out of control.
I mean, it's the first day, so we don't even know if it's gonna work. What you think?
I think it always.
I know Harry put it together. It wasn't me. And if it don't work, Harry put it together. It wasn't me. You know what I mean? Whatever works.
Either way, it's on Harry.
He knows that. But no, I'm saying like creating and the absence of manhood creates that. But I think it also we putting the blame and the responsibility on each other. But I also think that it was systematically put in place, man. This was something that was designed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to remove the man from the household
but that was the only way for women of color to get help, benefits.
Isn't that crazy?
Was to take the black man out the house.
That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't even say hi, dog. Hey, twin, our birthday coming, girl.
Oh, yo, yeah, y'all got a birthday. When your birthday? You don't want to talk about it next week, right?
No, not next week.
Taurus, May. Taurus is like May 5th, the beginning of May.
That's our birthday. May
5th, right? Mm-hmm. I thought, see, I threw it out there. See if you catch the bait. You did too. Jump right on that joint. Let me see if I got it. Ooh, let's see. Right? Check this out.
Oh, yeah, my cousin's birthday next week.
Ooh. Happy birthday to y'all.
That's funny because it just popped up on my calendar.
As soon as she said it. All right, listen. So the topic, and this is not too far off. I'm just saying the topic is, oh my God, this dude is talking already. Why is he talking? Y'all can't hear it, but I can hear it. I'm gonna fix it.
Fix it. So I need.
Well, I know why.
I need people to answer a serious question.
Uh-oh.
All my stoners out there. Are you guys gonna do the Easter egg hunt with your kids on Sunday? Or are you puff passing because it is 420?
I think they doing both. They're gonna eat the eggs before the kids can hunt. They're gonna
Don't
leave
bite the
Wait,
heads
hold up.
off the bunnies.
The bunnies is crazy. Yeah. So the topic for the day, are men responsible for the masculine women? And the whole topic is, are men responsible for the masculine women that they complain about? Woo. But I'm
Say
going
that
in
5 times fast.
say that 5 times fast. But what I'm going to do is, because Jazz was talking about how she don't want to be hard no more. She want to make her a pincushion. She want the men to actually come on. She got to open the door and not just listen to them knocking and not saying.
Out the window?
Yeah. So,
I see you out there.
you know I got your birthday, right? May 5th, Taurus land.
Hey.
Men are not allowed to have full access to their feelings. Can I give y'all a great example of that? We in the house, me and my wife, she's pregnant, and my, at the time, 4-year-old daughter sleep in her room. It's 3 a.m. And we hear woo, 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 woo. The alarm goes off in my house. So I pop up. I got the blandy on me, you know. I got 30 in the mag. Boom. Hit that charger hand. Gay, I'm ready. I go downstairs, I'm checking all the rooms, my heart beating like crazy. I check the living room, we good. I check the kitchen, we good. I walk into the basement, man, my finger trembling a little bit, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Go to the basement, I peek around the last corner. The wind opened the door to the garage, messed up the sensor. Closed the joint, locked it. Whew. Sat down for a little bit, let my nerves chill. I said, wait a minute, I just realized something. Fear is a human emotion. 2 of us were scared that night. Only 1 of us had permission to feel that.
That part right there.
Be afraid to the point of inaction. Because if all of us were murdered in that house, first thing people would have said, why he didn't protect his family? Why he allowed those things to happen to him? What happens to a human being who's not allowed to feel the full scope of their emotions? How does that work? How do you function? Men.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So when you talk about, like, I'm going to say this just for controversy purposes. And partially I believe it. Like, men are brought up to give women a lane to feel and be whatever they need to be. That's how we was raised. That's how we was programmed. It's the rope program. That's how we was taught, right? To always allow you the space to be. If you need to be hard, we talk about you. We gonna complain about you, but you hard. You still, and somebody's still gonna find you attractive. Men don't have the right to feel what they feel. The way we were raised, not reality. Reality is we should be able to feel what we feel, and not without being oversensitive and giving and passing the baton to our women to be, super masculine, right? But, just we talk about like being a pincushion and, and things like that, like, being soft, and you want to be soft. Like men don't want to be hard and walk around like a thug all day just to survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like, so when we talk about, and then when we talk about, these things, so let's get into the other one. So when we talk about these things, we got to remember that the absence of our men, majority of the time, our women are raising the next generation of men.
I like you getting off topic.
No.
No.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about them complaining about their women being so masculine. But are they responsible for creating a masculinity in their household?
This is what I'm getting at. So like when we get into the women that raised the boys, right? I didn't know my father, right? So my mom, my grandmother, I was fortunate though. I had like beautiful male figures around. Like I said, they weren't the talkative type, the emotional, give me a hug type, but they were around, right? So I got a chance to see men come in the house. I started to say in and out the house. That would have sounded crazy, but
but I think we would have understood. That.
Some people, you gotta remember, we
back
all over
then, it was structure.
Yeah.
So the men came in the house,
it was
they working.
Yeah,
they doing what they supposed to be doing. They ain't just running in and out. It ain't like one man behind the other man behind the other.
Yeah, but it was nothing to see my Uncle Rogers come to the house to see his brother and go chill and then whatever they did, drink, whatever. What up, Nick? And it was like really cool. I mean, like seeing that versus now, like.
Hola, chica.
How many? See, told you. See how she just took over.
I would say hi.
Yeah, there should be a balance, but I don't think that your woman should be like super masculine and running the household though. Like the balance is good, but like first we gotta figure out. Okay, let me go back before I get into these comments. Right, like the men was present, right? So even though the woman was there every day, all day, present, making sure the house is running, food, kids ate, washed, go to sleep, go to school. You know what I'm saying? They did the day-to-day work, right? But we got a chance to see like a male representation in our families, in our house, whether we liked it or not. We didn't. They was pieces of crap. They showed up halftime, whatever it was. We got a chance to see some of it, right? But then when it started dwindling out and the men stopped being around, majority of the time the young boys were around all the women. Not saying that and we know that women can't, we may not know, but women can't raise men, right? Women can't raise men.
I 100% believe that.
Right. So what happens is they take on this is how you need to be, and this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to think, and you need to feel this, and you need to, and not saying that feelings and all those things should be pushed under the table and disregarded, but like they also need to know how to survive in the world and be men in the world and be men to their women and to their mothers, like, because at the end of the day, it's only two things. And the guy said it in one of the clips I think I'm going to play today, right? He said, right, when a woman try to raise a boy, either she's going to raise a boy into a boy, or the boy is going to go out and figure out how to be a man on his own. But she can't do the work. She can't do that work. I'm not saying feelings are feminine. I'm saying sassiness, like.
Wait, there's a whole comment missing.
Where? I don't see it. What was it?
I see it on YouTube. My cousin said, but is it really such a thing as a masculine woman, though? Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah.
There is, Chica. Yeah, there is such a thing as a masculine woman. Yeah, let me explain why. So, growing up in a house full of boys, right? I learned pretty much how to do everything on my own. So I was very
diverse in masculinity.
I was very. I was. I put the furniture together. I put the bikes together. I did all the things that the men in my family should have been doing. But when asking them to do it, it's always, I'll get to it. I'm very impatient when it comes to something that I want done, especially when it came to like Uka. So if I say I need you to put her bedroom set together, I need you to put her bedroom set together.
Period.
And 3 days later, I should not still be waiting for you to pick up a screwdriver. So by day 2, it's already done. Because now I'm tired of waiting. So yes, I was a very masculine female. But I was also a masculine female in heels and a miniskirt. I will kick your butt in them heels in that miniskirt.
Hey, yo, wait, where you at? Where Kev at?
Shut it up.
Yo, AKA, man, if y'all don't know, man, Jazz used to beat up her crushes, man.
Nah. So they say, so I don't remember none of that.
You just said you would beat them up in heels and a skirt.
I'm saying, like, it was nothing for me to be in heels in a skirt.
And beat you up.
I would still throw hands in them heels in that skirt. So it wasn't like I was this super feminine, prissy girl who wouldn't roll around in the dirt. So I don't think I really necessarily had a balance. I think I was more hard than I was soft, but I still embraced my femininity.
I was more hard than I was soft.
I was like a toasted marshmallow, hard on the outside,
Uh,
mushy on the inside.
a toasted marshmallow.
I
Yeah,
was a toasted marshmallow.
so I think that's part of what I think the question, if just to play the advocate here, right? So just to play the advocate here, like, so were you like hard? You were hard because you had to grow up like that. That masculinity was like because the environment or the place
survival of the fittest. And I was fittest.
And I was fittest. Yo, the English is crazy.
That he didn't get no snack.
Oh, I told her.
I told him he was jealous.
I mean, what you think I didn't tell her?
Don't be mad.
See, that was.
I'm more likable than you.
Look.
And plus, I'm way cuter, so.
I'll give you that.
I am way cuter.
Oh, yeah. But I had one yesterday. He told me, like, so he gave me a banana, and then he was like, "You want your banana today for tomorrow?" Like that. Greetings and salutations. Oh, man, my boy Kamari, man. What up with you, bro?
Hello, Kamari. Welcome to the show.
Listen, let me tell you something about Kamari. Kamari is very opinionated, but he's also very intelligent, man. So, look. If anything, come on, brother. If you're not at work,
ruffle my feathers.
Nobody can't ruffle your feathers. You already said that. You got the masculine energy.
You the peacock. I'm not peacock.
Let me see. He said men are responsible for masculine women. Completely 100%. That's your opinion. Listen, don't type in, man. I want you to call in. Call in. The phone number is 203-516-0225.
She'll be laughing at us again.
I know. Nah, I don't. But no, that's your girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. She laughing. She ain't laughing at us. She laughing because you already made plans?
No.
Oh, all right. But yeah, man, I don't know. So I think, okay, no problem. But I think that, and I'm going to tell you why I think this. I really, really, really firmly believe that the absence of men played a part in the masculine role of the woman. I also think systematically it was set in place that way as well, to remove the men and make the women a little bit harder. And historically it's been that way.
Okay, you have to play the clip so they can understand.
Okay, I'll get into the clip. But let me just finish these thoughts. I got the clip up ready to go. Because
I don't want them to think like this topic is me attacking men, and it's
nah. But now what I think, let me just get to the historically, systematically, and the absence of men made this all possible, right?
Yeah.
Then afterwards, I believe that the women trying to raise men, created a sassy young man, right? And in his sass, he don't really know. He looks to the woman because she's been the head of the household all his life, to be the head of the household even when he moves into a relationship. So therefore, it creates a inferior and superior mentality between the sexes. And usually the woman, and sometimes she's not ready or mentally.
Go for it.
No, not mentally. That's the wrong word.
No, because sometimes
logically able, because logic and their feminine and logic energies sometimes don't balance out. Sometimes the feminine energy that emotional energy takes over their sense of logic until 3 days later and they come down. But they already said what they had to say and did what they had to do, and they not going to apologize because too far deep in the game. All right, let me see what Kamari said. When men fail to take care of the things our women expect of us, they become hardened Absolutely. That's what I said. The absence of the man. Now, the absence don't mean he physically gone, because he can physically be there and just be absent. Anyway,
We talked about being alone in a relationship. We talked about that before.
dude laying right next to you.
And that's all he
Me
is
alone.
somebody. He a bed warmer. He or she is just a
Oh,
bed
yeah.
warmer.
That's
for you.
crazy that you would
That's it.
say. That's crazy. Bad warmers is crazy.
I don't need no bed warmer. I got 5 pillows and a teddy bear for that. And 2 grandkids. If I
Oh
ever
my
feel like the
God.
side of my bed is cold, I'll just pull one of them. Or both of them.
Oh my God. Listen, so just real quick, we want to take a couple seconds to do this. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. You're now listening to Fly Talk. I'm Fly Ty. My co-host is the lovely Jasmine
The Phoenix.
Outlaw. We here
Hey.
on WNHHLP 103.5. Independent New Haven. Independent New Haven. Independent New Haven.
Get it.
Got it. Get it, got it good. Yeah, man. Yo. So yeah, man. I think so. Okay, let me get into the clip. Somebody calling.
That's what that is.
That's what that is. Hello.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, let me find out. You did the role reversal.
You trying to make sure it
Well,
works.
I think, I happen to like strong women.
Me.
So
I'm not
you
going
seem
to.
like you have complaints. You need to back up off the woman. The women are everything in this world. Let them rise, Ty. Step aside, let them rise.
I think it's time to hang up on this caller. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nah, real talk. We know that women are great. Like men, the men of the world can't be who they are without the women.
Definitely. I would definitely not be who I am without my better half. So,
Got that. But at the same, I'm just saying. And again, I'm it's part me taking the responsibility and saying that yes, the absence of the man, not the male. Not the male. So your male and a man is 2 different things. Not
okay.
Yeah, the absence of the man in the house or in the family structure or in the community, period.
Well, yeah, and actually having an alpha male in the home makes a difference.
Where those guys don't, do those guys still exist?
Somewhere.
No, they don't. Well, we exist. I exist.
Well, I mean, like, you're like, never mind.
Exception to the rule.
I was just gonna say he like
You don't
the
even know
dying
who I am,
breed.
man.
Like,
You don't even know who I am. I haven't even said my name.
well, your voice is distinct. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Harry for calling in. Appreciate that.
All right, man.
Harry is awesome.
Yeah. Yo,
But everybody don't know that is the amazing Harry.
oh my God, amazing is yeah. But yeah, no, definitely.
Hey, he set up the thing, so he's amazing.
True.
And it works.
True. True. I did the best I could until we got there.
My cousin said great topic.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna pull it up. We on it. I already had it there. It's ready to go.
What if you said you want a whole man in your life who can provide, keep, and protect, right? So here's the question. How can you have one when you get up every day trying to be the best man you can be?
No.
Well,
No.
That's crazy. You see her face though?
if I
It's just
No.
Hey.
well, no, I have an answer.
I think that you really get the woman that you create, right? And so, or the woman that you cultivate. It's kind of like, well, what kind of man were you that type of woman was even laying next to you? With that, right, did you make her feel safe? Were you consistent? Did you show up in a way that you have? Were you considerate? That's one of the largest form of intimacy is consideration. But that woman is a reflection of the household that you created. That woman is a reflection of the relationship that you created. So if you got a woman that's waking up trying to be a man, something ain't right, baby.
The majority of you said you want a whole man in your life who can provide, keep, and protect, right? So here's the question. How can you have one when you get up every day trying to be the best man you can be?
No. I had to hear that again.
Well,
No.
if I'm
no.
Well, no, I have an answer.
I think that you really get the woman that you create, right? And so, or the woman that you cultivate. It's kind of like, well, what kind of man were you that type of woman was even laying next to you? With that, right, did you make her feel safe? Were you consistent? Did you show up in a way that you have? Were you considerate? That's one of the largest form of intimacy is consideration. But that woman is a reflection of the household that you created. That woman is a reflection of the relationship that you created. So if you...
Yo, but the look on his face though. Did you see the look on his face when she...
He wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
He wasn't expecting to be the problem.
What you mean?
Like, he wasn't expecting her to twist that back on him. Like, why do I gotta wake up every morning to be the best man I can be? Like, what are you doing wrong in the household that's what I gotta get up and do every day? He was not expecting that kind of response. He was probably expecting some kind of harebrained, like, blonde rebuttal. Like, I don't think he was expecting a well-articulated argument from the female. Or from that female. But I think her rebuttal was spot on, though. Like, you complaining about us waking up every day trying to be the best man we can be. You must still be sleeping. If that's what I'm waking up to do every morning. What are you doing? You're not allowing me to wake up and be the best feminine woman I can be. If I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and you sleep till 12.
That's crazy.
So like he said, the person she wake up to be every morning is a reflection of what's going on in her household. So there's an unbalance somewhere.
Definitely a disconnect.
But like I said, this topic wasn't, like, it wasn't a bash a man kind of topic. It was do you realize that you help create some of these masculine women that you wake up to and complain about every day? Mm-hmm. Like, what more can you do to help her feel safe in her femininity? Like, what more can you do to help, alleviate some of these, when they say on your hard hands you get calluses, right? So maybe some of these mundane tasks she gotta do every day are like calluses in her life. Like, can you soften those? Can you remove those? Can she just be soft? I'm sure she don't want to wake up every morning and be the best man she could be. I'm pretty sure she wants to wake up and be the best her she can be.
I'm saying, but listen, the problem is, like, after people been doing something for so long, you have to do you have to really reflect on who you are as an individual, right? In order to make the changes that you need to make, right? So if a woman is hard and she been hard all her life, right? Fighting men, arguing with men, whatever the case may be, standing up, leading the household, whatever. It takes a lot of work for her now for a man to come along and tell her.
It's not gonna be an overnight process,
right?
But is he even like
trying?
Like, are you doing things like slowly, like taking some of the pressure off of her? Like, baby, don't worry, I got this. You say you gonna pay this bill, and I pay this bill on time, and you pay it late. Then now I'm gonna feel like I can't trust you to do something on time. Like, I'm very particular about paying stuff on time. Why would you then go ahead and be like 10 days late? If you couldn't do it,
even if he was 10 days late, if he communicated that,
yeah,
that's
that's it. Because then, all right, baby, well, I'll pay it. You know what I mean? Just so it can be paid on time, you handle the next bill.
or just
At least there's communication, or put the money back into the account, or something like, just don't be like, oh, I was gonna get to it, because now you messing up, the way how do you say
what?
Not necessarily like a schedule, but technically a schedule, how she balances things. Like, if she's very particular about paying stuff on time, because one, everyone's already thinking about their credit. Everyone has a schedule. You're messing up her schedule. If you mess up her financial schedule, now you're messing with her internal schedule, because now she's going to be stressed about you not doing things on time. Now she's going to take that one task back from you. So the one thing you said you was going to alleviate is right back on her to-do list.
Oh man, that joint heavy. So let me see if I can pull this joint up real fast. I'm on the pull up. Pull up. Uh-oh. I think I got it, man. This joint right here. Let me see. Same topic with a bro coming at. Hey, everybody know this guy. Like him, love him, hate him, whatever. Check it out. Here we go.
Who should lead in the quote unquote peacemaking operation of healing the wounds in that relationship? I'm going to say the man. Because number one, that's part of what being a man is. See, we can't have it both ways. On the one hand, you want to be the king and you want submission. On the one hand. On the other hand, you need her to meet you halfway. That's not kingly. The king is going to go all the way. So, and another reason why we got to lead, because too many of our women are too emotionally traumatized to meet us halfway. She can't afford, after everything she's been through, she can't afford to drop the guard again prematurely. Do you know what it takes a woman to get to a point to submit after all those disappointments? And then if you turn around and disappoint her again, guess how much longer it's going to take her to submit the next time? I don't think men understand the psychological resources that a black woman has to muster up amidst all her responsibilities to get to a point where she's willing to trust. Because trust can be dangerous for a woman who's already been multiply traumatized. Who should?
I think he said it the way you said it. But this is where so when we talk about our women being masculine, right? Then I'm spinning both sides, because we need to look at all sides of the coin. But when we talk about them being masculine, how many women have men really damaged? Oh, damage is a bad word. Not damaged. No, damage is not the right word. That's not the right word, because that's not the right word. But
what do you want to use? Traumatized,
let down, disappointed, not showed up for it. Like in like I said,
still damages their trust. The damage is a very appropriate.
Oh man, see, stop eating over there, man. You got me. My joint crunch different, bruh.
It's not cute like mine.
We're like, I'm too masculine with my crunches. I crunch too masculine. I gotta chew on the other side.
Stop being hard all the time.
You know what I mean? But no, seriously though, like after men, like, and we can't, because I play both sides. I'm on speak on both sides. Like the men, after we abused and misused the trust that was given, right? Whether it's from grandfather, the father, the uncle, the brother, the son, the husband, the whatever. After we did that so many times, right, over the years, and that thing became consistent, right? Those things became consistent in our story, in our life, then it's only fair that a woman harden up and kind of like become a little bit masculine, right? And be like, yo, this can't keep happening. Because psychologically, after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, hurt after hurt after hurt, not only physically or emotionally, but psychologically, mentally, you start to break down and deteriorate a little bit, right? So with that being said, most of the time, when you see somebody that's super aggressive, that like, even, I mean, like we come from certain neighborhoods where some dudes was like more aggressive than others. Some dudes they would hurt you faster than others would, right? When you meet those dudes, when you really get to like, and at the same time, they had people that was close to them, and it would take them a long time, but to get to that point, right? With those people, with those individuals, when you look at it and you break it down and you go into the story of that person, the reason they triggered like that and they react like that so fast is because they've been hurt so many times. Whether it was, we had the addicted parents, we had the absent parents, bro. Like, we had the in and out parents. I had it, like, for instance, and I don't say this, and I'm not saying nothing bad, but because even though I didn't see it then, because my grandmother and my grandfather and the family the family structure was a little bit different, but I had an in and out mom, right? My mom had an apartment 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Next time she ain't had no apartment, she was living wherever, she was doing whatever she was doing. So we go stay with her. And then for a period, right? Because my grandmother wanted to empower her, right? No, literally. And now, like, as an adult, you can see it now, right? My grandmother wanted to empower. So she's like, oh, you about to go stay with your mom. Boom. I got your back, though. But something go wrong. We back at grandma's house.
I'm back.
Right. And mom is trying to figure things out, and whatever. And then she get another place. And then we back at mom. That's in and out, right? So from those traumas, we put like this Teflon armor or thing around us to protect us from those things that hurt us consistently. So women are no different. So what happens is women put that armor around them, but really internally they just want to cry. They want to let out the pain and the hurt that happened many, 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 many years. They still want to have a conversation about the old pain that happened, but no one's safe enough to have it. So they seek counseling. They try to have it there, but it ain't the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. You really need. That's why men and women was created to be. Well, people were created to have partners. They were created to have partners, and those partners are supposed to be the ears and the trust that they can. Because we were created in a dual reality, man. Everything has this and this, counterpart, opposite, attract, boom, boom, boom. Everything has it.
Everything has a yin and a yang.
Yeah. So whenever you go through a whole lifetime and you can't find your yang or yin, I don't even know how to say it. You can't find it. You get harder and harder every time you meet a person that you, first of all, and then you find yourself associating or attaching yourself to people that deep down inside, is no good for you. Externally, you yearn to be able to give somebody or to trust somebody enough to let all of this stuff out, because you have to let it out in order to let new healthy stuff in. So the absence of our men, yeah, absolutely. The absence of our men, absolutely. I want to see something.
Most of us was raised by women. We get a little bitchy. You see that? So when our queen get bitchy, we want to get bitchy right back. That's not to be.
Wait, hold up.
Bleep.
No. I think because he's using it in a different term. Beep, beep.
Bleep.
So let me see. I'm gonna pull it up though. But he was going. I don't know. Maybe we can get away with it. Maybe we can't. I don't know. But we gonna try.
With us, because most of us was raised by women, we get a little bitchy. You see that?
Sassy.
So when our queen get bitchy, we want to get bitchy right back. That's not the behavior of a man. That's not masculine. Masculinity says she's in her pain. And because she's in her pain, I'm going to validate her even if she's incorrect, because I don't ever want her to feel that I don't understand where she's coming from. We get right into defense mode. We want to give her back the same energy she's giving us. That's a gridlock. We don't move nowhere. The problem with us, because most of us was raised by women, we get a little bitchy.
Yeah, you gonna keep saying sassy. We get a little sassy. You know, but yeah, and that's true. So again, now that go back to the point where I was saying, after a certain period, when we go into generations of women raising men are going to have that same. You grow up, you hear your aunt, your mother, everything is like it has a comeback, and that sassy fast, because women tongues are like fish.
Listen, I spit acid.
Yeah, the acid spitting dragon, right?
Acid spitting monster.
She said, "Send me that clip, Jazz. Who you want beat down?" See, and that's another thing.
Wait, which clip, Jerry?
I think she's talking about the last one that I just played.
You gotta sing it to me.
Nah, she trying to beat somebody down with that though. Yep, I know. She put the smile on it. I know you trying to beat somebody down, but that's not how we heal though. Because this conversation that we talk about here on this platform is first love yourself and then learn how to love each other. So we had these conversations so men could understand the damage that they cause in the relationship. Women could understand the damage that they cause in the relationship to themselves and each other, right? And then heal from those things, not to use the ammunition. So when we get in the argument, oh yeah, you was raised by your mom and your auntie, so you a little sassy. Sassy. Yeah. You a little sassy. But I'll send Jazz a clip.
Listen.
Aggie, so.
You know.
Tequilas and tacos.
You know that the men in the family was raised by women. Ain't nothing sassy about none of them.
Yeah. That's because
not name one of them.
But the women was a little hard though.
No, not my mom. Not really.
Mom, no, really.
No.
No. She has some. No, listen. Hold up. Now you know. Like it's different, bro. Like we spent nights. Listen, days and weeks and months and years, right? So listen.
But maybe when it came to the boys.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Because like she your mom let us be us. But also, like, real talk. Like, she never tried to pamper dudes. Like,
definitely didn't.
And she was
sharp. Also, like, it's a safe space.
It's a safe, right. But that's what I'm saying. So like, when you say she wasn't like that, right? Maybe to you, like, but like, or whoever.
But she didn't raise me to be soft.
She ain't raised nobody to be soft.
Definitely didn't raise me.
The number one thing for a young boy or young man or man that's growing in or young boy that's growing into his manhood is to experience these things. It's to crash out. Make mistakes, figure it out, put yourself back together, get it. Don't be crying in the corner. Now, mind you, you can have the pain, you can feel what you feel, but shake it off, get back out there and go get them.
Right.
That's all. Hold on, let me see. So I'll send that to you later. Hold on. Let me see. I want to see if I can find his joint.
What joint?
I don't really know.
I don't know. La 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 la. Now I'm gonna have to write a poem about this or something. I'm call it pin cushion. What if I write a poem called pin cushion?
I've really been into my tax joint. What's that? Writing a poem called Pin Cushion?
Pin cushion. Grab my notebook like you.
That's crazy.
Shut it.
I'm mad I can't find this joint.
My popcorn. My idea.
And you know what's crazy? I probably didn't even save it.
Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have one episode where it's nothing but me and Ty going back and forth with poems.
Oh yeah, right.
We're gonna have
my book ain't as deep as yours.
We're gonna have a battle.
Jazz got poems, like written poems, like out there, like. Oh my goodness! See, this is what happens when you're looking for something last minute, and you never be able to find it.
I used to feel like people used to always judge me.
For?
I don't know, for everything. It's like I used to always feel like sometimes I still feel like that. It's like no matter what I do, it's just not good enough. Like I already think my mic moving.
Oh.
I already be feeling like some of the stuff I do ain't up to my standards. I don't be needing people to
That's not what we looking.
Be into that. Fuel my fire.
What fire?
My fire, like I'm gonna crash and burn. I feel like they throwing gasoline on it.
Well, not me. I'm gonna tell you, shake that joint off, man. You bugging.
I want to reach judgmental. Where is it at? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna read y'all a poem. I found it. Why Ty looking for what he looking for? You can be as judgmental as you want, but half of you couldn't deal with the demons I fight or handle all the emotion and suicidal thoughts heavy on my mind at night. No doubt, most of the time you see me laughing, joking, and grinning, but inside there's a battle for my soul, and honestly, I don't know who's winning. If it wasn't for being unlucky in love, I probably wouldn't know love at all. Why does it always seem like the bigger your heart is, the harder you fall? Trust me, I know I've fallen one too many times to count. They take what they want from you, drain you dry, and throw you out. Discarded like the help wanted sections that nobody seems to read anymore. It seems like all the men with monogamy issues and insecurities always end up at my door. Knock, knock, who is it? Oh, it's just us, your good friends, hurt, pain, and sorrow. We're here to tell you to stop wasting your time praying for a better tomorrow. That's just one of the many internal battles I fight on a daily basis. What about you? If you keep getting kicked while you're down, what would you do? After you couldn't make it, you'd probably slit your wrist. If you had to live one day as me, my life is not all rainbows and unicorns. There's a beast inside begging to be set free. I don't think you understand what it's like to deal with so many emotions. It has you second guessing. It's like you're a ticking time bomb ready to blow when you're dealing with depression. I don't want your sympathy, empathy, or your hang in there. And I damn sure don't need your whispering behind my back and your side eye stare. I've been dealing with this demon far longer than you realize and may never go away. So if one day you decided you wanted to come for me, don't. I really hate to catch a case that day. Most times I control my emotions, but there's an off chance I might just lose it and slip. So please don't give this acid spitting monster a reason to flip. Yeah.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, you guys, just so you know, man, you tuned in to the best Fly Talk with Fly Ty. I'm here with my co-host, Jasmine,
the Phoenix.
Outlaw.
Hey, get it?
Yeah, we here on WNHHLP 103.5, New Haven Independent. Check us out everywhere, man. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whatever. We around.
We here.
See us out there on Twitch. Hey, we out there on YouTube. Hey, we on Facebook. We twitching. Yo, call in. Please let us hear your opinions. The phone number is 203-516-0225.
Buy my book. Nah, I ain't even got a book.
Yeah, she got a book. She just ain't put it in the form yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it today, Jazz. I don't know.
Oh well.
What's that? You again?
Yeah, that's the mic, man. The mic is hot. The mic sounds nice.
Check. Check. Oh shoot. What is this? I'm about to X everything out. That is crazy. Why is this?
Dude, don't X us out.
Yo, what just happened?
It ain't time to go. What just happened? We got a few more minutes.
That's crazy. I don't know what I just did.
Welcome to LA Golf. You guys ready
What
for the tour?
did I
We're
do?
the only golf company that manufactures its clubs here in the United States. All LA golf
Harry, he
drivers
messing
are
up
No,
stuff.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Chill.
Get him.
Chill.
I'm sticking Harry on you.
It's chill.
Stop touching stuff, man.
No, man. That joint just. Oh shoot.
Dude.
No, it's not me, man. I don't know what that was. I'm about to find it though. Oh, right there. See? Tag. I don't know what that was, man.
That was weird.
That was weird.
That was super weird.
And I don't think I even touched that.
So weird you are.
Oh, I supposed to be sending you that thing, right? For her? Let me see. But Dag, man, it was a clip where the dude was really talking about him and the woman was having a conversation. They was really talking about like how it's impossible for a woman really to like go in and raise a boy, man, and how they end up turning out, like the sass that happens, right? I'm gonna find it though, because I believe in myself.
Topic for another day.
It's the same topic, different day.
Part 2, part 3, part 4. And we never made it to a part 3 of anything.
Mm-hmm.
We only ever did a part 2.
What's that?
Of any topic we ever done.
We did.
No, we did part 2, never part 3.
Oh man, I don't know if we ever made it that far.
Right, I think we covered everything in the 2 parts.
But I know one thing, man. We always.
My life is on part 48.
Wait, hold on, Jazz.
Soon to be chapter 49.
I did that. That's what I did.
Yeah,
I know what I did.
He always doing something.
They can't even call in right now.
He can't.
That's what I did, man.
He messing up. I'm gonna read poems while he messing up.
Oh my God, bro, this dude about to kill me. I know what I did now.
You know what you did?
I know what I did.
What'd you do?
I did it.
You messing up?
I did. I did. Sheesh. Well, whatever it was, they can't call in right now. They gotta call in. Oh, here we go.
Good,
I did it, y'all.
I was about to read daddy issues.
Go ahead.
I want to hear my daddy issues.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Unresolved Puerto Rican daddy issues.
Oh my God. Puerto Rican daddy is crazy.
My Puerto Rican daddy issues.
Where you read that at, Cherry? I know you smart and everything.
Well, she read it. So she read it somewhere. We always talk about stuff like this at work when we should be working.
She didn't even say she read it. She just said
it said she could have saw it on the show or something. We supposed to be working and she watching true crime TV. No, because I be staring there right there looking over her shoulder. I was like, wait, what did they say? Did they just say he offed his wife and chopped her up and stuff like that? This is before 8 a.m. All right, I'm gonna read daddy issues.
She laughing at Puerto Rican daddy.
You make me acknowledge my flaws, insecurities, and the daddy issues I carry around like a weight on my shoulders. But how can I have issues because my daddy loved me, right? Wrong, because how could a daddy love you yet leave you and your siblings to be raised by a single mom to start a new family, yet never tell you? Broken promises and lies were all I received since the age of 10. Mija, I love you, your sister, brothers, and mom. You guys are my life. I'll be home soon. Soon turned into a few years later when Daddy came home for a visit. Not to stay like he promised, because how could he stay when he only came home to introduce his wife to his family? Heartbroken again by the same man who promised to protect me from the hurts of the world. Wife. How could you have a wife when you said, me, my siblings, and my mom were your life? I think my dad was supposed to be born a cat because clearly he has more than one life. Abandoned and let down once again by the first man I ever truly loved. Broken into a million pieces just like my heart. Shattered on the floor of disappointment. Stepped on with the feet of rejection. Because that's how I felt. Rejected. By my dad. Like, why weren't we good enough for you to stay and raise? I was too young to understand grown up things, yet old enough to cry for a dad that clearly didn't care. So here I am, heartbroken, hurt, and confused, trying to figure out what I did wrong. I became numb. He became a memory, almost ghost-like. Maybe he never really existed. Then a weekly phone call started and more broken promises followed. I was 10 when you left, 16 and pregnant when you came back to die, and people wonder why I have daddy issues. Met one of my other 4 siblings as you laid on your deathbed. Thought I was going to go into premature labor after learning there were 8 of us and not 4. Cue the little violin playing in the back of my mind for the hurt that I thought I was over. I felt like screaming, get your punk up and explain this ish to me as you laid there in an almost vegetative state. How dare you rob us of the chance to know our other siblings? How dare your siblings keep your secrets and pretend to love us? I tried to fill that void you left with sex, alcohol, and drugs, looking for a daddy to love, and he loved me back. All I got was a bigger void because clearly no man could ever truly love me because my own father didn't love me. So, yes, I do have a lot of flaws, insecurities, and unresolved freaking daddy issues. If you were me, you would too.
Absolutely.
Dum, dum, dum. Trust issues. That should be the next one. It should be like trust issues.
I'm telling you, but that's the stuff that, like, when bro was talking, he said, like, you know, we have to be real conscious of the fight back, how we fight back, instead of, like, even if they're wrong, validate it, because we don't know, not validate it, but listen, just hear them out, let them go through the emotions, because it's something that they need to get out. And it could be some things all the way back from daddy issue.
Yeah, sometimes we don't need the validation. We just need you to listen. We just need you to understand. We really want to be seen and heard. Because a lot of the times it's like, okay, you brush our concerns under the rug, like, I'll get to them later. Then all you do is walk on that same rug and step on them same feelings and our insecurities that we laid at your feet. You swept them under the rug and you just step on them as you come in and out, in and out, in and out. It's not the validation we need.
It's the consistency.
Not necessarily inconsistency. Just hear us. Just wholeheartedly listen. Acknowledge that you even heard our pleas. Like, our pleas go unanswered so often. In one ear and out the other. And then you wonder why the wall getting bigger and bigger. Every unheard plea or cry for your attention, your love, or just even your ear is another brick on that wall. And then soon it's going to be a reinforced wall. No one's going to get like impenetrable. And then you wonder why we so hard, why we don't need men.
You do need men.
But at this point, we'll never acknowledge that.
Wait, that's
you stepped on us so many times that we're not gonna ever allow that kind of vulnerability in our life again. So people think I joke around when I say I might not ever be ready for another relationship. Have I counted it out 100%? No, I have not. But at this point, I feel like it's more detrimental to my life than it is beneficial. Because of all the hurt, all the pain, all the letdowns. I feel like you'll do more damage to me than healing. So I'd rather heal on my own. I never give up on love, but I'm just not looking for it. And I think a lot of people fail to realize why we stop looking for it. I know they say you don't look for it, it's going to come to you. Well, it didn't come. And I'm okay with that. I am really okay with that. Because I have people I could pour this overabundance of love I have into. So that's that.
Yeah, so like I'm saying that's like I hear you and I understand. I'm saying I just think like for a man you would never hear no matter how much, because men go through pain and hurt as well, right? But they'll never say they don't need a woman or they don't want a woman, right? Now, what they do with that woman once they get them from the pain and hurt is a different story. If you're not going to be, and I think that we should really take honest looks. If you're not going to be the
not
example,
gonna be a nurturing spirit,
right. Don't just come in because you want and you need a mate or a spouse.
What I need from you, yes. You the music, I got the violin. That's what we need.
Yeah, but again, I think it go both ways, right? So
I'm not saying it doesn't.
No, I know, and I'm not taking away from the feminine, the female side of the coin, right? Mm-hmm. They don't say much. They don't say such things.
You read what she said before that.
Let me see. When you make someone feel some type of way for needing, it teaches us to not want to need.
For needing our men.
I don't see men. I just see needing. Oh, the next one. Okay. Miss is not one. Got you. I don't know, Ty. These new guys are the new independent women. No, seriously, and that's what bro was talking about. That's what bro was talking.
These are popping up on my screen. That's why I gotta look over here.
About not needing a woman. But anyway, right?
You gotta go up. You missed.
No. I read it. I read them, but I read that part. But anyway, like it's so. Again, anybody is able to call in if you're not at work. Is that me doing that or Harry?
Probably Harry because you missing stuff.
I read all that. But like, feel free, man. I'm gonna put the number out there one more time, man. You know, because we coming to the end of the show. But everybody can feel free to call in, say what you guys say. But I do believe that that the men are partially responsible for the masculinity of our women and making our women feel like they have to be super hard on externally. But I also think that men go through similar things, and then when you bring those two hurt souls together and they're not ready to heal themselves, each other, society, or whatever, I think we start playing. Give me 1 second. I hear you. You up here. But I think we start playing games with the relationship, and that's where everything like spirals out of control because we weren't completely honest, like one with ourselves and then with each other. Our women need men, not boys or not, right? They need men in their lives, and we talked about this. This is the beginning of our conversation. I call it. What's up? Hello? Uh-oh.
We lost our caller.
Maybe not. Oh, right. Goes off. Yo.
What are you doing, dude?
It's not me.
Yeah, he is.
Hello?
Clicking Yahweh.
Yo, the connection. I don't know what just happened, but try back and see what happened.
Harry, Ty in here messing up stuff.
I am. No, not really.
Now I need to go home and let's get some music.
Let me see.
Bop. Bop, 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 bop.
I don't even know we're supposed to do this.
Don't touch nothing.
I have to, because I got to figure out why.
Don't touch it.
Where is he?
Help, Harry, help. I'm messing up.
This thing, it's the mouse. I think it's dying.
It's a wireless mouse?
That's not me. What the heck is that? Harry just took over the thing. And then he stopped it. Wait, hold up. Oh, I got it right here. Yo, I don't join it, right? I don't know. He took over the thing. I don't know.
I feel like I need my maraca.
I know, but I muted it because of this. No, it was doing that already. That's why I muted it. We played one of the videos. Maybe should I delete this? Play one of the videos, and then after the video,
enjoy the music.
Marimbas del recuerdo.
What you mean?
Era mi cumpleaños ese día y me enamoré cuando te vi.
I can't hear them. We only hear the music.
Ese primer beso que te di, por eso es que nunca se me olvida. Ese primer beso que te di, tú estabas comiendo una raja de melón y se me antojó darte un beso en tu boquita. Ese dulce beso me dio en el corazón porque me ofreciste tu boquita dulcita. ¡Ajá! Agüita de melón, me supo tu boquita.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
What are you doing?
Wepa.
What? Why are we ringing?
I don't know.
Hang it up. What? You calling people?
And then, oh word. Call back, man.
Right, that sounds like a setup.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't put them on. Anyway, yo, shout out to everybody out there on the Fly Talk. But listen, yeah. So the hurt. Listen, the hurt is real. We already understand that our women been through a lot. Our brothers been through a lot. Our community, our society been through a lot. And unfortunately, with the pain that we keep passing back and forth, right? And this is why I mentioned to Cheerio that don't take the clip and use the clip as ammunition, because all it's going to do, especially if he is sassy, right? He's going to only come back with a defense and a rebuttal, like, and try to like protect his own image and his own values, right? Because especially when the person has low values and low self-esteem, only thing they could do is protect the little bit that they have, right? You know, help him build him up so he can have some cushion. So when you do get knocked down again, he don't have to go right back into the fight. And the same thing for our women.
Finish him.
Yeah, see? But yeah, no, you can't, Jazz, on the flip side of that though, you can't let like the pain and the hurt or whatever that we've been through in the absence of so and so and so and so slow you down. I mean, you can do whatever you want. That's the first thing. I shouldn't say you can't. But like,
you mean you shouldn't?
Yeah, like it should be like, I know going through hurt over and over again is traumatizing. You brush yourself. You brush yourself off, and I'm speaking from a male's perspective. Again, like, I don't know, sometimes women go through a different kind of hurt that men don't understand, right? And they never will. And the same thing is for a man to be out in this society and the type of hurt and the things that he deal with on a day-to-day and regular basis. A woman would never understand. Even if he explained it to him in detail, it's something that you have to experience in order to really know.
We're ringing.
Yeah. What's up, caller? You on the Fly Talk? Let's go.
Long time listener, second time caller.
You always want to test the waters, man.
I just wanted to test to see if it was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ty always messes something up.
I really didn't.
Yeah, he always does.
Nah, I want the clip.
So she can spread the word.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Harry, tired of you.
Good job, Harry.
He tired of you messing stuff up.
Good job, Harry.
It's a good job, Harry, for me. Harry said he don't know how to do nothing but a good job. A great job. An awesome job correcting all your mistakes. That's what I heard him say.
I think it was the King one, right?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what it's titled in your portfolio of topics. Oh.
It's magic.
What is it really? I don't know, dude.
Let me see something.
I be lost. I don't know what he be doing half the time. He doing stuff. I just sit over here and look cute. Ooh. That's the clip?
Yeah. I think that's the one she was talking about. We could always play it back. I think that's the one.
I think.
Or it might, you know what? She might have been talking about.
You don't even know.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see.
Should lead in the quote unquote
it wasn't this one, right?
Operation of healing the wombs in that
hurt
relationship.
is hurt, whether it's men or women.
I'm going to say the men because number one, that's part of what being a man is.
It's not this one.
See, we can't have it both ways. On the one hand, you want to be the king and you want submission. On the one hand. On the other hand, you need her to meet you halfway. That's not kingly. The king is going to go all the way. So, and another reason why we got to lead, because too many of our women are too emotionally traumatized to meet us halfway. She can't afford, after everything she's been through, she can't afford to drop the guard again prematurely. Do you know what it takes a woman to get to a point to submit after all those disappointments? And then if you turn around and disappoint her again, guess how much longer it's going to take her to submit the next time? I don't think men understand the psychological resources that a Black woman has to muster up amidst all her responsibilities to get to a point where she's willing to trust. Because trust can be dangerous for a woman who's already been multiply traumatized. Who should lead in the quote unquote?
Ladies and gentlemen, that joint was heavy. But so, like, you know, the topic is clear. Are men responsible for the masculine women that they complain about, right? You know, I think men have a big responsibility. I think we do have a big responsibility in the healing of our community because we've been broke. First of all, we got to start from the bottom. The community we've been broke. We've been broke. Like, so men, women, and community as a whole, we've been broken. So coming in and expecting for a broken man to be a broken boy to be a full, whole, healthy, healing man is like unrealistic. However, there are men out there that's working on their manhood. There are men out there that had good male role models and examples, fathers and father figures in their life, where they came right into the game playing it hard. Right? And vice versa. And there's women that's still trying to put their womanhood back together and put the pieces back together from all the brokenness and disappointment and the letdowns from everybody, relationship, fathers, mothers too, right? And I think the first heartbreak for a woman is from their father, and I think the first heartbreak from a man is from his mother, right? Because we've been damaged a long time, and it's systematically put in place, and I got to keep saying that, like, you know, historically, man.
But I don't think that's the problem. I think we all acknowledge that it was systematically put in place. And we're talking like back generations. Like, it's been put in place since slavery days. Like, men were not in the house.
And when they were, they
were too bone tired to be any good to anybody.
I mean,
after being worked all day
and then
not
having
saying they
13,
didn't come
14
home
kids
and love on their families, but after being out 20 something hours a day, I'm being hypothetical here. You don't have very much left to give, but you do give what little bit you have.
No, but see, it's more than that though. When you go into the history of it, like slavery, right? The men had to cower behind the women for a long time because they were being killed, right? They were being killed. They were being tortured. They was being sodomized. Like, it was a lot happening. So they would hide. The women would hide the men under the floorboards or through the back door, and those same actions are taking place now in a different form, right? And in doing that, it was the woman that had to step up and take the punch from the master, right? Or we're gonna say master, but take the punch and the brutality and the abuse and the verbal slayings and all those things, you know, to protect the man. And in it came some resentment and disappointment because you need him to be willing and able to die for this family. Yeah, they'll protect you and they'll cover you for so long before they lose it. Like I'm telling you, it's a certain level of like respect that they lose after they see you run and hide multiple times over and over and over again, even though they know the reason why. Especially if they after you ran and hide, they suffered abuse from these people or that person or this group of people or this on the plantation, wherever.
Right.
It's a level of resentment. So we have to get over the resentment that the woman had for the man, and the man, the cowardness that the man had for himself in himself, and he needs to learn how to protect and lead his family. Those are things that men need to learn how to do. Especially, I'm talking about men in America. We're not talking because we see men that come from different countries. That don't mean that they're the best example or they're the best male examples, but
they tend to
be more in line with what the at least the protection and the protection and the stability aspect as point.
Okay. We're just making up stuff as we go along. I mean, it is true. But at some point, we have to stop blaming the past. Because, we all have our, as we like to say now, we are not our ancestors. We are very much more awake, very much more aware, very much more self-efficient in finding our own way these days. Like, we can't keep blaming, even though the systematic problem still exists. It does not mean we have to keep adhering to this passed down pain, this passed down hurt, these passed down generational curses. At some point, we have to evolve. We have to evolve with our thinking. Do I still believe we are not our ancestors? We are absolutely not our ancestors. We still face some of the persecutions and things that they did. But guess what? We are much more aware of what we can and cannot do. So I think it's time that, we as a whole, I'm not even going to say we as a people, we as a whole, because the people is a much more broader, range, but we as a whole should strive to do differently, should strive to break these generational curses and stop blaming, our systemic problems on the past when we are more able to do better. Like I say, you know better, you do better, or you knew better, you do better. We do know better. We know a lot better.
Yo, Cav, she was up here early on in the show talking about
hey, Cav.
She was beating people up with her heels and skirt on. And I just thought about you, brother. I'm sorry. I just want to tell you, I apologize for the agony and the trauma that you went through in your younger years, bro.
Oh, man.
Just want to say that out loud.
This is not how we ended the show. Do not start the madness. But yeah, I think, collectively we can do better. I'm not going to keep blaming my shortcomings on things that happened way before I was even a thought. Do some of these problems still exist? Abso-freaking-lutely. But are there things we can do about it? Abso-freaking-lutely. I just think it's time we start putting these ideas that are in our head and on this paper into effect. If we learn to stand together as a collective, I believe we'll get more done. But everyone has their own agenda when it comes to erasing, these systematic problems.
I knew it. Yeah, man. Yo, I hear you. I think that the blame game is crazy. God. Yeah, that's what it is. The battery died. I think the blame game is crazy, but historically, when I talk about it, I don't talk about it in the sense of this is the thing that's holding us back now. I think that this is the thing that we need to like unravel and clean out and clear away to understand where all of this stuff is coming from, right? So, with that being said, man, I really want to end the show on a different vibe. So, like we talked about men being responsible for the masculinity of our women, that they complain about, that they yell at. They're like, yo, man, this female is more like she thinks she the man of the house and da 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 da. But I also think that this clip right here is going to speak to the healing that men and women need to do and should want to do for themselves and for their community. So here we go. Let me play it real fast.
Talk about doing life together, fam. Life. I don't care what religion you plug that into. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you're agnostic. You talking about doing life with somebody, even at a worldly level. That's massive. That's a lot more than I love you.
That's real rap. That's real rap.
That's a lot more than we vibe. Name it, because bruh, I'm just when you hear a man who is married, a woman who is married tell you, hey, I be having to go out my body to make sure I'm properly contributing to this. That who I've wired myself to be to survive my life up until this point, I have to go against that in order to show up healthily here.
Come on.
Right.
That is not a small task. But you talk about doing life together, fam.
So, in light of all of that, when we come and we talk about like bringing our two souls together, our life together and building, we got to go in and be like, yo, listen, whoever I was before that caused pain and hurt for myself and for someone else, I'm going to kill that person. I'm going to bury him. I'm never going to see that person again. I'm not going to keep living in that. That's why I told sis, don't go in and be looking to use certain things as ammunition to, and she said she wasn't, but like go in and use certain things as ammunition to oh shoot, I'm supposed to clip this out, right? He took over the thing. So
because it's time to go.
Yeah, but I'm trying to send her that thing too. But anyway. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of the Fly Talk, man. My name is Fly Ty. I'm your host. I'm here with my lovely co-host Jasmine,
the Phoenix
Outlaw, and you tuned in to WNHHLP 103.5 every Thursday at 1 o'clock. Peace. Love you. See you next week.